Hey everyone, Dustin here from Vintage King to tell you about an exciting new offer from Universal Audio. Starting April 1st, when you buy an Apollo Twin or Aero interface from Vintage King, you'll get up to 4 free UAD plugins with your purchase. The plugins you receive are based on which interface you buy, but we wanted to show off all of these classic studio sounds in a new demo today. We've exclusively used the plugins in the promo to create this track, including the Manley Vox Box, the Oxide Tape Recorder, the Pure Plate Reverb, and Universal Audio's latest release, the Antares Auto-Tune Real-Time Advanced plugin. Okay, I'm gonna pass it over to Brian Riley, and he's gonna show us how we used each one of these plugins track by track.
So we're here at the 45 Factory, and we just got done recording a song with local artist Sarah Barron. For the song, we used everything included in the Universal Audio Q2 promo pack, which is included when you buy an Apollo Twin Mark II or an Aero. So we initially started the track with the Wurlitzer, and we were just going to use it as a scratch track for Sarah to sing to, but it ended up sounding so good that we just kept it in the final track. So I just ran DI out of the Wurlitzer right into a Universal Audio Unison preamp, using the Manley Vox Box, just adding a little bit of gain, no compression or EQ. And here's how it sounds. So the next thing that we added to the track was Sarah's lead vocal. And for that, again, I used the Universal Audio Unison preamp and the Manley Vox Box. So I used the built-in compression with a slightly faster attack, slower release to just have it sit there in the track. And then following that on the insert, I used the new Auto-Tune Real-Time Advanced plugin. I set it to the key of A minor instead of her initial key of the song, which is C major. And the retune speed's all the way up. And it being an A minor, it's actually going to still pull it in key, but it's going to make it move faster than it would set to C major.
Well, you got them pretty eyes, and you got the pretty look to you, and you're acting pretty nice. Thinking you're someone I'll be into. Are you gonna treat me right?
So the next source that we did was drums over top of her Wurlitzer and lead vocal. So for the rest of the sources in the session, we used the Manley Vox Box on the Unison preamps. So I just set a kick drum mic and an overhead mic up using Cole's 4038s. And for the overhead, all I did was just add the Universal Audio Tape Oxide plugin to just add a little bit of vibe to it. And those two mics sound like this. So after we recorded the live drums, the next thing we did was electric bass. So for the electric bass, I plugged directly into the high Z input of the Apollo Twin. On the Unison input, I used the Manley Vox Box. And following that, I used the Oxide Tape plugin with the warm electric bass setting. All right, so after we recorded the electric bass, we moved on to electric guitar, which is recorded by our videographer, Dustin. And for that, we plugged directly into the high Z input of the Apollo Twin into a Manley Vox Box on the Unison plugin. And we ended up tracking a rhythm guitar and 2 lead guitars for the chorus. And then on the aux send and return, I used the Universal Audio Pure Plate for some reverb. And here's how it sounds. So in the final mix of the track, what you're hearing is a kick sample, snare sample, a live kick drum mic, a live overhead mic, electric bass, Wurlitzer, electric guitar, rhythm, and the 2 lead guitar tracks, and then Sarah's lead vocal. Since everything was recorded with Universal Audio plugins on the way in, the mix session doesn't contain too many plugins. All I'm really using is the Voxbox on the Wurlitzer, and I'm using that for compression and EQ, which is built into it. And then on Sarah's lead vocal, I'm also using the Voxbox for compression and EQ. And then the snare sample, the Wurlitzer, and the electric guitars and the vocal are all being sent to the peer plate to add some reverb across the track. And here's what the final mix sounds like.
Well, you got them pretty eyes, and you got the pretty look to you, and you're acting pretty nice. Thinking you're someone I'll be into. Are you gonna treat me right? No, 'cause it acting real smooth. I need a man who's by my side, not a boy who's on the move.
If you have any questions about this Universal Audio promo or any other UA gear, feel free to visit us at vintageking.com or reach out to one of your audio consultants.